Good Saturday morning and welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency.
Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray as we roll toward our 24th year on the air. And we got a couple of guests in the studios with us this morning. Shelby McCall pushing all the buttons, our executive producer. I always like to put that in there because we got another executive in here today, Shelby. There's not just you. There's another one over there, too. And I don't know. Mike Webb's got the longest title. I can't say that in one breath. So we have Mike Webb. You know the good folks that he is the NRA Southern Regional Director, Field Office, and
That's right.
big events coming up. Mike, thank you for dropping by.
Absolutely.
On this Saturday morning. And then we got Bob Ford. And fortunately, Bob has not been on since we were in the dungeon at 1960 Union Avenue.
Wow.
And so we got Bob straightened out all the way from Brownsville and wherever he's been. Good to have you at the Odyssey radio station here at Mount Moriah.
Well, morning, Larry.
Good
Thanks
morning.
for the invitation. I enjoy being here.
Glad to have you, Bob. And then, of course, this is first Saturday. It's hard to believe. And so we have half and half here. We've got one part of the Brother Darrell and Darrell show, and that is our good friend Dave Gabbard. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning, Larry Ray.
Sitting on the porch drinking coffee, and your brother.
I'm kind of inside today. This is the last of Dogwood winter. It's a little chilly out there this morning.
That's right. Well, we're ready for a big event, and it's going to happen on Monday. The eclipse. It's going to come. I understand. We'll talk about that, but we do not have the pun master himself. Is not here. Gene Smith is having some eye issues. Gene, we miss you because I know that you had some puns ready for us on this Saturday. So we'll just have to work around that, and it's good to have Dave with us. Dave is the traveling man. You ought to that song about "I've Been Everywhere, Man." Dave Gabbard has been shooting that shotgun all over the world, and you ought to like this. Mike Webb, because Dave he's been in Florida. Of course, he goes to the Grand in Sparta, right? Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Sparta, Illinois.
Sparta, Illinois, where 18,000 people, get in line and shoot.
That's right.
And that's bigger than the NRA.
It's big.
It's big.
It's big.
And Dave has been in Florida. You go down there every year. Yeah. You and Rand for the big shoot down there, and
there's two big shoots I go to down there, and kind of I always kind of warm up because I don't know what it was this year, but it was windy. It's always
still
windy down there.
It's still windy. Well, how does that affect you? I mean, you probably shot a few, didn't you? You did shoot some rounds.
Oh yeah, it affects you. You don't know. When you're trying to zig and the target's zagging, sometimes you end up in the same place.
It's kind of like shooting a rabbit in the air, sit on the ground, ain't it?
That's right. Yes.
And everything. But
had a good trip.
A good trip. Well, today we'll start the show off. You got to take a pop quiz.
Uh-oh. What?
See if you remember your history. This is April the 6th.
Yes, it is. Yes.
What happened in West Tennessee in April the 6th?
In what year?
1862.
No, I don't know. The earthquake was 1811 and 1812 at Reelfoot. That's what I. In 1862.
1862.
I know we were already a state. I know that. Let's see. You're cutting into the airtime here. Give me an answer.
I'll give you that. Today was the first day of the Battle of Shiloh.
Oh, okay.
Right down the road from me.
Did y'all hear that out there, listeners? I'm assuming there's something going on at Shiloh today, probably.
They always on that anniversary. They have something going on in
1862. Wow.
1862. It was one of the first major battles of the.
I love Shiloh.
War between the states.
Yeah, you probably can't get in the Catfish Hotel to eat today then over there, probably.
And probably not.
It'll be packed. Well, I didn't know you were around in 1862, Dave. I really appreciate.
Oh yeah, me and Bedford Forrest, we were tight back in.
You were tight. Y'all shared you shared horses together. I know, but but I don't know how we got into that. But I want to give you an idea of what's going on today. Not only Mike's going to tell us about the big event. It's coming up next Saturday.
Right.
The Memphis Friends of NRA, and we're just not going to tell them. We're going to tease them right now, but it is next Saturday.
Teaser.
And then Bob's going to come right in here. We got Bob all the way in from Hatchie. Bob is the executive director of the Hatchie River Conservancy, and there's been a new change, a new local organization, nonprofit organization to protect the Hatchie River, which we all love and cherish. And we're going to talk to Bob about that. They've got a big bird fest coming up. There's a lot going on in Brownsville up there. If you have not been to the Delta Heritage Center / Tina Turner Museum in Brownsville, and if you're going up there to visit the minefield, that's what it's famous for, Bob, right? I mean,
you're right. The minefield, Delta Heritage Center, got a lot of good restaurants, new shops open.
All sorts of stuff. We're going to talk.
Of course, the Hatchie Refuge.
Yes, and we're going to talk to Bob about that. Staci Walker, our good friend from Prime One Camo out of Counce, Tennessee, she had a Facebook posting the other day, and we're going to talk to Tracy about why you can't get some of your camo right now. And she's going to put the word out about that. Mark Copley is going to join us from South Carolina. Mark, so many years was Strike King and Rather Outdoors, and all of a sudden lost his job at Rather. Well, he's the new marketing director of South Carolina Waterfowl Association. We're going to talk to Mark. Of course, he's from 901 right here. And then we're going to close out the show, folks, with what's going to happen on Monday, April the 8th. Anybody in the studio know what that's going to be? Monday, April the 8th at about 1:50 or so.
It's going to get dark.
It's going to get dark.
It's going to get dark. We have what? The solar eclipse coming up, and it's coming right through Arkansas, God's country, over there. And I'm hoping to be over there for that, but we're going to talk to Randy Zeller. He is the Arkansas Game and Fish Assistant Chief of Communications about Monday's solar eclipse, where 1.5 million people are due to be visiting Arkansas on that day. It's pretty amazing, and in fact, my cousin, I'm not sure he's gotten here yet from San Francisco because of his flights and all like that. We're going to talk to Randy about that, but in studio, Bob and Mike Webb, and Mike's carrying some extra stuff here. He's got a new style of boot he's wearing here.
Yeah.
I'm sure sorry that happened after you hit a deer too.
All in the same within 3 days.
Within 3 days.
It's a bad week.
Well, you got it out of the way.
Got it out of the way.
Yeah.
It's a bad week.
What are you gonna say, Dave?
I said, well, they say it comes in threes.
Oh yeah. Let's just hold up on that last one, Dave.
Yeah, let's
hold up on that last.
Let's hold up on that last one. We won't want to do that, but you're gonna have a fun show today, even without the pun master, because I'm really interested to talk with Bob about this nonprofit organization, the Hatchie River. And I'm just going to throw this in there, Bob. I've hunted up there, I've fished up there, O'Neill Lake, back in those days, and I can't even remember the ranger was up there forever.
Marvin Nichols.
Yes,
maybe?
Marvin.
Yeah.
Marvin,
good
man.
Good
Spent
man.
a lot of time up there, but I looked up some of this stuff in this press release you guys sent out. And folks, the Hatchie River, now you're going to say a lot about this. I know that 200 miles through the 6 counties in West Tennessee, and I didn't really know this about it. It is the nation's only what?
The unchannelized river? Was that where you headed with that?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Let's see, where to start with that. In the mid-1960s, all of the rivers, the tributaries to the lower Mississippi Valley, were being straightened for flood control.
Yeah.
A legislator at the time who is a good friend of mine, and I talk to him still, Bill Walker, introduced legislation to put the Hatchie into the state's Scenic Rivers program to prevent that channelization.
Wow.
So it's the last remaining unchannelized river in the lower Miss.
And it's so diversified. I mean, it's just so much, and we're going to talk to Bob about that. Appreciate both these guys coming in studio. And the tease to this thing for Mike, is this event, as we said beforehand, before we talked to you a lot about it in the next segment. This used to be in October.
Yep.
And now it's in April. April the 13th.
Yep.
At least it's not on Friday the 13th.
That's correct.
Because then you would have had a third thing to go to your list there. Now,
True.
That's true. But this is a big fundraising event for you guys.
It is. Huge, huge.
How huge?
Well, it's big. It helps fund a whole lot of the trap teams in Shelby County.
Doesn't it, though?
And we'll talk about that in the next segment.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that with Mike because of this event is coming up so quickly, and that is on the 13th. And I'm going to tell you one thing, too. I'm heavily involved in another event that's going on that same day, Mike, but it's in the daytime. My church, Bartlett Hills Baptist, we're going to have our first classic car show from 10 to 2 at Bartlett Hills Baptist, right there at Ellendale and Old Brownsville Road. We're going to have 4 categories up there. One of them's going to be classic cars. We're going to have Jeeps. We're going to have trucks. And we're going to have an ugly division.
Oh, Lord.
Not the driver, but the car, okay? So that's going to be next Saturday, too, at Bartlett Hills Baptist Church. And I'm looking forward to that because my truck, as everybody knows, it's just part of me. My truck will be it's 24 years old, and it's still going.
Yeah.
It still looks like it did when I bought it. So I've asked them, can I enter my truck in the ugly category?
Oh.
So I don't know. I'd have to wash it, though. Right now, it's supposed to be gray, but it's green. You know why it's green?
All that pollen.
It's
everywhere.
Yeah. I don't know how. Bob, I bet there's more pollen in Hatchie River than any place.
It is.
I've been up there. There's not enough Dramamine for it and all that kind of stuff.
You're right about that.
Yeah. So, Dave, you're going to hang in there with me. I'm going to need your help today. Without Gene, maybe you can figure a pun or something like that. So let's take our first break of the morning. We're through it. One breakdown. We'll come right on back with Mike Webb of the NRA Friends of Memphis event coming up. We'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM.
Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. Good Saturday morning for all you folks in Brownsville on 1520 AM and 95.3 FM, and in Jackson on News Talk 101.5, and, of course, right here in Memphis every Saturday morning from 9 to 10:30 on AM 790, 92.9 HD. FM, part of the Odyssey family. And let's talk to Mike Webb before we get to Bob Ford. Bob, don't go to sleep on me over there. Just sit around, okay?
You got it. I'm here.
All right,
Forward to Mike.
Now that you found the door to get in, Mike. Bob, we're fine on that. Dave, I know we've both been longtime members of NRA, and I know you appreciate the work that they've done with the kids shooting teams.
Yeah, SCTP teams.
Yes, what an amazing job. And so next Saturday, and I like it it says the Future of Freedom 2024 is the Memphis Friends of NRA dinner event starting at 5 p.m. at the Memphis Music Room.
Which is the old Kimmy Shrine.
That's what it is. Yes. Okay.
Yep.
That's what it is. So tell us about it, Mike Webb. If anybody, and the guy's he's hobbling here. He's broke his foot. His truck hit a deer, and now he's still here. So tell us about this.
Well, all righty. Well, first of all, thank you, Mr. Larry, for having me back. And you know what? This almost got by me because
yes, we would have had this on early, folks. I know we're only giving you a week notice, but that's enough time.
This is on me. I'll sit there and send him a text.
Well, you've had a few things going on, Mike.
I did. I said, can I get on next week? He says, I think I can work that in. Yeah. But anyway, and the reason it kind of slipped my mind, for years and years, way back 20-plus years ago when I was the chairman of the Memphis Friends of NRA, we had it on Thursday night, October, at Woodland Hills.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
And then after they sold the church, we moved over to the music room or the Shriners Temple.
Yeah.
And we always had in October.
Yes.
Well, probably 2/3 of our tickets to the Memphis event are sold by the trap teams.
Yes, they are.
Because we support them, they support us. So they said if you'll move that to the spring of the year when we're in full swing, we can get a lot more tickets sold and a lot more done. So that's what we did.
That's what you've done.
So it's going to be next Saturday, a week from today.
Yes.
April the 13th, 5 o'clock. We're giving away 4 door prize. Those are in memory of Bert Similton at Guns and Ammo.
Yeah.
Everybody remembers Bert. Good
Yes,
man. And
yes.
he when he had his obituary in the paper, after he mentioned his family, the very next thing said, life benefactor member of the NRA.
Yeah.
So he was a big supporter. But we're giving 4 guns away. The first one we're going to give away is going to be at 5:15.
Oh, you're going to have time for that.
Oh, yeah. You got to be there early.
5:15.
And then we're going to give away through the night. We're going to give away 3 more additional door prizes. They're all are different. They're all not going to be the same on the flyer, which is the little barkeep package with the flask and revolver. That's going to be the very first one.
All right.
Going to give away 4 total.
All right.
Don't be late. 5:15.
Okay.
A great meal catered by, and you just talked about
Colettas.
eating over there.
Colettas. Yes.
So we'll have like lasagna and chicken and meatloaf and all the vegetables and dessert and tea and all that.
All right.
And that's sponsored by Westland Partners is our sponsor of the meal.
Great meal.
$70 tickets.
Okay. But that includes
dinner, also a free range pass at Top Gun.
Okay.
So that's a $20 plus value.
Yes.
Plus a good dinner. Plus a chance to win 4 guns just for showing up.
Just for showing up. Yeah.
But here's the best thing.
What?
All the money
Yeah.
is going to the NRA Foundation.
Yes.
50% of those proceeds are kicked back to the state in which it's raised. The volunteers vote on what grants are funded.
Yeah.
And as you can see on your paperwork, the Memphis Friends of NRA
Yes.
has funded, just in Shelby County and Memphis, over $500,000.
Yeah, I was looking at all those.
$503,000. And that's where this money is going.
$503,000.
$3.6 million in the state. Well, half of that million, come back to Shelby County, so they got a good chunk of it.
Got a good chunk.
So I mean, it's a huge deal. The money goes. This is not an NRA event, so you don't have to be an NRA.
Everybody get that now.
It is not an NRA event.
This is a Friends of NRA event.
Which operates under the NRA Foundation, which is a 501c3.
Yeah.
Non-political, nonprofit. We don't have any political speakers. We can't sell memberships. It's all under the guidelines of the 501c3. And half of this money we raise goes to national levels, which I mean like the museum, law enforcement, hunter safety. We have a hunter safety course online. It's free. And the Friends of NRA paid for that.
Wow.
So, but anyway,
this is really. I'm looking at the packet here, folks. I mean, even the Liberty package for $400, the Freedom package.
You get a gun.
Yes, I see that.
I mean, it starts out at $400. You can be a national sponsor and get a gun, and all the proceeds goes to the Memphis event.
It just it blows my mind. The table of the year. You have all these table choices and things along that, but these Freedom packages.
Oh yeah, well,
what is?
The Freedom packages.
What is that?
These are bucket tickets.
That's what I thought.
And they're all buckets. And the rep, as you see on here, Mr. Tom Knight.
Yes.
When he transferred up here and took over Tennessee, he put a twist on the buckets. We used to have a whole bunch of good stuff. Don't get me wrong, it was good stuff.
But this is
gun cleaning kits. We had all that. He said, "I'm going to do it better than you, Mike." And I said, "Well, God bless you."
Yeah, go for it.
I said, "Do it." So on all his buckets, he has nothing but firearms.
Woo, I see that. Yeah.
So when you buy a $100 pack of tickets before the event, if you call me
before the event,
or call Tom, or you call one of these committee members, you get twice as much if you buy
a $200 value for $100.
Right.
Yeah.
So that gives you 64 drawing tickets on guns.
Okay. Yeah.
But at the event, we're going to sell these at the event.
Yes.
But they're $100. You get 32. If you buy them before the event, we're trying to say thank you. You get twice as many.
Well, this is all posted. I know on my website, LarryRay.com. I guess there's a place they could go from Mike for this. Is there a way?
Well, actually, we can't sell raffle tickets online.
No, but
they can call me.
Yeah, I think he gives his direct line, folks. 901-229-2819.
That's correct.
Yeah, you going to say something, Dave?
Was I going to say something?
Yeah, I just want to make sure you're still there. So I mean,
I'm still there.
yeah,
You know?
These kind of events are fun events. I've been to them. I'm sure you have, Dave.
I have. They're good events, and they go to all the proceeds, like Mike says, goes to a worthy cause. And like I said, it's friends of NRA. I don't care what people's opinion about the NRA is, out there, but these are some friends.
Yes, yeah.
It goes for.
I tell them that all the time, Dave. They'll say, well, the NRA this, the NRA that. I said, well, that's fine. I appreciate your opinion and your honesty, but this absolutely has nothing to do with that. The NRA started in 1871 as a marksmanship program, and then they got into the legislative stuff in the 70s, but this started in 1992 as a nonprofit. Has nothing to do with
how many kids, have benefited from this? It's amazing.
A bunch. And, and it's fun. It's funny we talk about that because we're here on this Saturday morning getting ready to talk about it, and later on this morning,
yeah, I just want you to lead into that.
I'm going to be at MSSA, the Memphis Shooting Sports Association.
Yeah.
There's going to be a regional shoot out there of 400 kids pulling triggers on shotguns. 400. And a lot of those teams we help buy club guns for, shells for. So it does my heart good to go out there and see that all these long hours from home, all these nights away from home and doing these events and all this hard work, it pays off because we give them grant money. Actually, one of our newest ones we're really proud of, Christian Brothers University now has a shotgun team.
Do they really?
We just funded them about $6,000 in shells. So even the college is coming around to be on our side, it seems like.
Well, it's just a wonderful thing, and like he's saying, Mike's saying, this event is next Saturday, but to get an example of this stuff, folks, if you want to drive out to the Memphis Sports Shooting Association range off Old Brownsville, Canada Road out there, you can get there. I proved it from Germantown. You may have to stay in a hotel, but no, it's a wonderful facility, and 400 kids.
And their moms and dads will be shooting out there. Hey,
and has this been a benefit to families, too?
Oh, well, a few years ago I heard two mamas talking.
Yeah.
And said, this is the best thing my child's ever done. She says, what? She says it teaches them discipline, respect.
Yes.
And they have to have their grades up.
Yep. Yeah.
And he says, and it's safe. It's safe out here. She says, you don't see an ambulance at the end of this field like you do the football game on Friday night.
And it's you're participating for your school.
Yes.
I know some young men myself, some friends of mine, they live out of town, but they had never done anything like this, and somebody got them involved. I think all four of the kids now are competing national competition.
And they go off to get scholarships. You got Bethel up there that gives out shotgun scholarships.
Yeah,
There's a lot of them give out scholarships. But, yeah, I'll be out there today under the big red, white, and blue Friends of NRA tent selling tickets.
Okay.
Also, another one of our friends will be out there. I'll be speaking at his and selling tickets as the Mid-South Quail Forever is having
Johnny
a
McFarland's group,
Yeah, they'll have a sporting clay shoot. So Johnny Max told me to come for lunch. He's a lunch guy.
He's a lunch guy, yeah.
So I'm going to go over there and sell some tickets. We're going to be out here. And here on these tickets here, you can buy them online at friendsofnra.org/events.
Right.
You can buy them at Guns and Ammo, Classic Arms, Top Gun, Design Jewelers. You can go buy a diamond ring for your wife, buy you banquet tickets at Design Jewelers, Memphis Shooting Sports.
Where you'll be, 9278 Old Brownsville Road today.
Right.
So this is a kickoff, and actually, this may work out better for us, Mike, to do it the week before because it's interest there.
It's right on
It's right on us, and when we can get on out there. And
but we got to do this. We did it last year. We're going to do it again.
Oh, we were going to do it again?
But there's going to be stipulations this time.
What's that?
They got to call me quick because I got to tell Steve and Coletta
if
they want some groceries. So what we're going to do this morning.
Here we go.
All
right.
We're going to give away the Larry Ray Outdoor Table again.
Oh,
Larry Ray Outdoor Table. So we're going to give away 8 tickets.
All right.
But they're going to be 4 sets of 2s, so for
4
couples.
of 2, okay.
So what you'll have to do is call me this morning.
All right.
No later than 10 o'clock tomorrow night. I usually go to bed about 10.
Okay.
So that gives you all day today and all day after church.
All day Sunday. Okay.
After church, you can think about it. Give me a call.
So that number, here we go now, is 901-229, 2819. Okay. So all you folks, whether you're in Brownsville, Jackson, or right here in Memphis, we're going to have me a table out there.
The Larry Ray Outdoor Table.
All
Get you
right.
in a good old Coletta's meal and a chance to win how many firearms as door prizes?
4. Yeah. And what are you talking about firing? What are we talking about here? What you know?
Pistols, shotguns. I know the first one's going to be the barkeeper thing.
Woo, okay.
It's got the flask.
But you're going to have a shotgun in there.
We probably will.
And a pistol. All right, we got to get out of it. I tell you, I get wound up when I get Mike in here for a fact now. So, Mike, thank you, buddy, for coming. Hope everything goes great for you next Saturday. And,
a week from today. Come see us.
Come see him. All right, let's take a break. Come right back, and we're switching from the NRA to the Hatchie, one of my favorite places to visit on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM.
Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray as we talk outdoors every Saturday morning for what we call the fastest 90 minutes in outdoor radio programming for over 23 years. And we're having fun this morning. We're having real fun. Mike Webb has done slipped out of the room, and we still got Bob Ford. We've got the door locked right now, so Bob can't get out. And
I'm here.
And Dave, I know the Hatchie River. You're very familiar with that. When you think of the Hatchie, what do you think about, Dave Gabbard?
I think, the Hatchie River bottoms and stuff. My main thing is, the Hatchie Refuge up there.
Yes. Yeah.
Squirrel hunted up there when I was growing up and stuff, and main thing I can remember is it's got nice mosquitoes.
It's a state bird up there. I know that for a fact. Well, we're glad to have Bob Ford in. Bob has been part of the landscape here for a long time, Bob, and I know that you've devoted a lot of your life to the passion of the outdoors, and appreciate you dropping by with us on this Saturday morning to be with us to talk about this new nonprofit organization of local citizens called the Hatchie River Conservancy, where you are the executive director. I don't know if that was a vote or you just did it. I don't know. I guess I could call you El Presidente if you wanted me to. But
railroaded is another option there. Larry.
Well, let's talk about this, Bob.
Sure.
The first of all, the need for this. What was the reason for this?
Last fall, a couple of friends and I were actually on the Hatchie Refuge, and we started talking about the changes that we've been seeing in the landscape.
Yeah.
And we know those changes from Brownsville downstream have a lot to do with Ford Company, Blue Oval City, and the people.
Oh, yeah.
More people coming. But those kinds of changes are also seen upriver, Madison County, Hardeman.
Yes.
So we called some of our friends and said, all this change is good. It's going to bring some economy. It's going to bring some new business. It's going to bring new infrastructure and roads. Mm-hmm. But who's looking out for the Hatchie?
Yes.
And a few of us got together up and down the river wide, and decided that we needed a citizens group to make sure the Hatchie was at the table while all the decisions were being made about planning and roads and what was going to be happening here.
And so this organization is a protection organization for one of the, as he said, 1970, the state of Tennessee legislature granted the Hatchie Scenic River status, and you're the only unchannelized river in the United States, and you are also, if I'm not mistaken, over 200 miles this river goes. And I was looking at this information that you supplied through our good friend Sonia Outlaw Clark. She is a West Tennessee Delta Heritage Center director. The value of this river is amazing. 100 species of fish, including more species of catfish than any other river in the United States.
That one always raises eyebrows, and it's fun to be able to say it.
There are 35 species of catfish.
Correct. And the Hatchie has 11 of them.
The Hatchie has 11 of them.
Another organization, Nature Conservancy, did some work and looked around all the rivers in North America, and the Hatchie could very well have the most number of catfish of any other species in North America. But for your listeners, and most of you probably know this anyway, but we have the game species, channel cat, flathead.
Yeah.
But most of those catfish species are only about 2 inches long.
2 inches long.
They're called mad toms.
Mad toms,
that's
okay.
Right.
All right, they're not
but boy, they have barbs. If you pick them up, you'll know you've been stuck.
Well, and over 250 species of birds.
Right. That's year round.
Year
We
round.
get a lot of ducks in the winter, ducks, waterfowl, some of the sparrows from Canada, and then the summer they leave and go back to Canada to nest. But in the summer, birds come from the south and spend our summers here.
They do.
And go back to Mexico, Central America, and the Caribbean.
60 species of butterflies and dragonflies.
Yes, that one raises some eyebrows too. But
yes.
If you really start looking, those butterflies and dragonflies and damselflies are all out there, and it's a very diverse group of species.
It's amazing. And you got one species of mosquito.
Mean.
Isn't that right, Dave? I mean,
yeah, one of them big ones.
One of them big ones. That's the Tennessee state bird, somebody says, and everything.
Well, that's one of my memories, working with the agency. I remember one year there on the Hatchie Refuge, they decided to, 1 week early, kind of open raccoon season a little early.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
The population was kind of up, and a lot of the farmers, were getting a little depredation and stuff from it. So, but one of the animal rights organizations decided to come up.
They don't listen to this show. Yeah. Okay.
Protest the hunt. And they were down there on the highway and stuff, and it was funny. And I said, "Don't worry." I said, 30 minutes after dark, there won't be a one left.
That's right.
The mosquitoes have chased them off like it has other things. I know I've hunted in the draw, back in the draw days when you'd draw to deer hunt up there, and I've been up there many times hunting in that area. But the mystique of the river itself, Bob, I know you've been involved with it. So this organization is out there as a tool to keep the Hatchie the way we want it to be kept, right?
Exactly. We're only as strong as our supporters. We'd love to have a lot of people on our website, www.hatchieriver.org, or following us on Facebook at Hatchie River Conservancy. Larry, you mentioned you went through the list of all the species and the species richness in the Hatchie watershed.
Yeah.
Our mission is to conserve that ecological integrity and the scenic values of the river. And I like to use the word conserve. Sometimes the word protect, people get in their mind,
right?
Lock it up.
Yeah.
We are an organization that understands the Hatchie is a working landscape. There's agriculture, there's forestry, there's new business, there's got to be a lot of development there. But on the other hand, we know also that good conservation follows good economy.
Yes.
Good economies can take better care of the natural resources than poorer economies. So we can go together. We just have to be intentional about it.
And I know what are you going to say, Dave?
Well, that's what it is. And I can't understand sometimes the people thinking, because you bring in a good economy.
Yeah.
Well, those people, when they have the extra dollars, what do they want to do? They want to recreate in the outdoors.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I know we've talked a lot, even on this show, about Blue Oval, with Brownsville, and you're going to get a lot of folks coming in to work that plant, that area. Right. I've even known some people that are working that area right now, is building it. So you're going to have people that maybe have never experienced the outdoors and know what a gem is right in their backyard.
We're working in 3 big areas. One is conserve lands and waters. One is communication and getting news about the Hatchie. But the one we're talking about right now is promote low-impact outdoor recreation. And we say low impact, that includes all our traditional uses, right? Hunting, fishing, bird watching, hiking, canoe, kayak. But you're exactly right, Larry. There's going to be people that they may even be outdoorsmen, but they hadn't been in the South before.
They haven't been.
They may not know exactly about a cottonmouth or how to deal with mosquitoes, or that you got to watch the water rising at a certain time of year. Yeah. So there's a lot of things that we'll be getting out there to help with education. One of our big pushes, and we're 99% of the way there. We have a major funder that's willing to help pay for improving river access at a couple of boat ramps. So
good. All right.
So we keep.
So you're looking for donors too. Besides, you need some financial help on this too.
Yeah, we do. Money right now could help us put together technical workshops for landowners who own forest in the Hatchie watershed.
Yes.
Can help us with this river access project. They can help us with the improving and keeping the website up for news and communication. We really hope that's a central forum for folks to come to and learn about the Hatchie, or post things that's going on about
There you go, thehatchieriver.org, and we'll have all this posted on LarryRay.com. Already done it. I'm pretty sure that we've done that, but when you think of the Hatchie, folks, it's so close and so nearby. And Brownsville is, of course, the county seat for Haywood County. But you touch so many people and so many areas here. And I know your capacity, you've been involved in this. I mean, I can tell you've got a lot. I know, but tell the listener your background, Bob, because I think that some people like to know, because they know you've really been involved in things.
Well, I appreciate that chance, Larry. I grew up in Memphis. My dad was a crappie fisherman, duck hunter.
But he worked at the commercial appeal. I got to get that in there, okay?
You did, that's right.
He was in the printing side? Is that what was he?
Linotype machine.
Linotype machine, folks.
Right. He learned a little bit on computer, and by that time he said, "I'm ready to retire."
I was with him pretty well all the way, so I know that.
Yeah,
but your background in
he anyway, I grew up hunting and fishing with him, and then got into bird watching in high school.
Yes.
And went to UT Knoxville, got a master's and bachelor's degree in forestry, fisheries, and wildlife.
Yes.
But most of my career has been with U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service.
It has,
I worked here in the Southeast and worked in the D.C. office for a few years. And now I'm retired from that, but I'm not ready to quit working for outdoor conservation.
So this is one of the things that there's a passion here. I mean,
it is. The Hatchie's a special place, and West Tennessee and the Mississippi River is a special place. And as more people, as we said a little bit earlier, more people like to get outside in different ways, then we're going to have to make sure we conserve those natural resources that we have and cherish.
Well, I know we talk a lot on this show about the Wolf River and how good the fishing is and everything like that, but 200,000 continuous acres of bottomland hardwood forest in the Hatchie watershed.
Right.
And if you drive Interstate 40 going east, you're going to see that sign, the Hatchie watershed.
Right.
It covers a lot of area. And Bob, we appreciate you taking time to be with us. And again, tell Sonia, thank you for that. You got a big bird fest coming up soon too. I know end of this month.
Hatchie Bird Fest, April 26th, 28th. It's based at the Delta Heritage Center, and you can find information on your site.
On my site, that's right. Okay, Bob, thank you, buddy.
It's my pleasure,
Safe travels
Larry.
back. Always
Appreciate
good to see you.
friend.
Glad to see you here and not downtown. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
All right, let's take a break on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Switch gears a little bit and talk a little camo with Staci Walker. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM.
Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. We talk outdoors every Saturday morning, particularly right here in Memphis on AM 790 from 9 to 10:30, but also in Brownsville and all Jackson and all points east and west and north. Dave Gabbard is in, as he always is, on the first Saturday of the month. His buddy's not here with us, so Gene Smith is having a little eye issue. So Dave's on the line from Lexington, Tennessee. And, Dave, we got one of my favorite people on right now. She's been a long-time supporter of this radio show, even back when she was at the Memphis College of Art. And I'm stretching. I don't even know when that was, but it's been a while.
That was a long time ago.
But you spent some time here, Staci Walker, and you and Lance, and your father and his father, and I still miss Lance's father a lot.
Mr. Ted, yeah.
Mr. Ted was a special man, and so good. I got to visit with him when we did Charlie Jones's funeral, and there was Ted right there. But anyway, Staci, of course, is with Prime One Camo out of Counce, Tennessee. And Staci recently posted on Facebook, which I keep up with because of what Prime One has meant to Outdoors with Larry Ray for these many years. And so I want to get Staci on this morning to just explain a little bit about what she said on the Facebook posting, because a lot of folks have asked what's going on with Prime One, how they doing. So, Staci, you've got the open floor right now. Go with it.
I appreciate it. During that lovely ice snowstorm that we had, I guess, end of February it was?
Yes.
We thought, okay, we're unscathed, and then we went over, my son and I went over to our warehouse up the road 20 minutes, and all of my apparel, the whole section that I had, 3/4 of my apparel, water lines had busted and soaked everything.
Man.
And so we were really up a creek. Of course, that's what you carry insurance for. I mean, it's bad when the water pipes bust and it gets inside of zipped plastic bags, like thick plastic bags.
Yeah. Not good.
So,
yeah.
No. So right now I've got very limited inventory. I do happen to have my OS pattern, which was my new pattern that I had introduced for turkey season. That stuff was on the other side of the warehouse, and so it was unscathed. So if anybody wants turkey hunting gear, we've got it.
Okay. Yeah.
Needless to say, you know how China is and getting product in and that kind of stuff. And what we've made the decision to do is, rather than trying to get more product in, we are pushing all of our people to our licensees.
That's
and
it.
really
Yeah.
ramping up our efforts on promoting their products, which we've got some phenomenal licensees out there. Bushbuck is one that's from New Zealand.
Yes.
They sell online. They sell to the United States, and they can get it here within a week. It's amazing. They've got phenomenal products. Their apparel and bags would rival Sitka.
There you go.
No
doubt. That's
and they've got our original MP pattern and our woodlands pattern. So if someone's, and it's not just in men's, it's also in children's and women's. So if you're looking for hunting camo, they have it. They have backpacks. They have all different types of stuff. Then, of course, on the fishing side of the equation, we've got Cast King, who's a huge partner of ours. Yeah. And they sell on Amazon, and you can have their stuff in 2 days. And for the quality of the gear that they make and the apparel that they make, their prices are unbeatable.
He donated one of those rods, one of those reels at Anti-Backlash. We had him on the show about 3 weeks ago, and he donated one of those reels that they put out. They are wonderful folks at Cast Kings, folks. And I know that's the fishing side. But your turkey side, folks, it's still available. I mean, it's still out there, right, Staci? I mean,
that's correct. Now, of course, I have very limited sizes because you never can guess how many of each size you're going to have. But if you're looking for stuff, go on our website. We do actually have some larger men's stuff still in stock. We've got some smalls in stock of bibs and parkas that happened to be unscathed because they were on the same side of the warehouse as the new stuff. So it's a pick and choose. We've got tons of hats. Tons of hats,
and I'm wearing tons of hats because I don't know how many hats you've given me, and I'm anytime I need anything, I'm still wearing my Bartlett Hills Baptist Church Men's Ministry pullover that you've suited for like 30 us guys, and so some of them don't fit anymore. So some of those guys, I know that. But I got to ask you, who was with you when you went to look and found that building? Court or what? Who was with you that day?
Court. Yeah. Court was with me.
What? I know you guys are a Christian-based, family-based business, but did you have any idea that when you opened the door? Did you know that, or did somebody call and tell you?
No.
You need to,
They called Court and said that it looked like a waterfall coming out of the front of the building.
Man. It had.
And the water company's the actual one that found it. They came and cut the water main off because it was flowing out from under the metal walls and the slab. So it's bad when it's doing that.
It's got to be bad when it's doing that, and to find out that happens like that. And we think of a lot of. I've got some friends with busted pipes. Dave probably does too. That talked about it, particularly live in the country and things along that line. but you don't think about businesses that were hit by this and the financial setback and things along that line and the heartbreak that has to be, what am I going to do next? And I think
exactly.
You had to good Lord had to protect you that time, Staci. I know when y'all.
Well, all we did was say thank you, Jesus, for insurance.
There you go. That's why we have these insurance things like that. But so they can go now to what, prime1camo.com? Is that what it is?
.com. Yes.
Prime Camo.
They can go to prime1camo.com.
Yes.
Yes.
And put
the
that
number 1 camo.com. And if they look on our website, they'll see what we have, but they'll also see links to all of our partners that we are licensed with.
Yes. And the story of y'all, even just go to their website to read the story, because we've been with Staci and Lance and the family since it started, I know, on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
And it's been 9 years now that we've been going at it.
That's amazing. The story. Read the story about Staci and her background, as I was just kind of kidding earlier about her art background and the camo patterns that she has come up with. And it's just it's a true amazing story. And this is just a bump in the road, Staci, okay? I mean,
yeah. We're rocking and rolling. We've got 4 camo patterns on the market now, so yeah. I got all different flavors that people like, so.
And the hats are cool, too. She said she's got plenty of hats, okay? I mean, the hats are cool. The hats are cool, so just thank you, Staci, for being with us. And I wanted to get it on the air. Anything we can do here, and we're always here if you need us, okay? All right?
I appreciate it. Y'all have a great day.
Okay. Thank you, Staci. All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Staci Walker of Prime One Camo. And Dave, I know we think about, you're out there in the country, buddy, and I've seen houses on the way to deer hunt with water coming down the driveway, and I'm saying, oh me, I just can't imagine pulling up to your warehouse and seeing 3/4 of it flooded out with nothing but camo in a sealed bag with this,
Yeah,
and
it's.
But that's the way it was, and that was a crazy weather pattern, and we're still in kind of a crazy weather pattern here, for my turkey hunters, and I know my friends, we've already been up to the farm. I plan on trying to do some turkey hunting a little bit later. Once we get past the other things like that, you got any turkeys on that property? You see any turkeys where you live?
Yeah, I've seen some. I've seen some back earlier before went to Florida and stuff. I haven't been out really home long enough.
Yeah, no, you haven't. No,
get out and around, but several turkeys. I'm still seeing deer. You need to be careful because I'm still seeing deer. They come out and they love to graze on the side of the major road.
Oh,
that they salted down.
Yes,
with that brine.
I didn't think about that.
Weather.
Yeah, I mean, even right now, a lot of people, the sheds are off. The way I understand, I'm hearing that. For all you shed hunters, and you wonder what he's talking about, when the antlers drop, that's almost a sport now that people will be out. But, of course, with the turkey season already underway, particularly in Mississippi down there, where I'm getting some great reports from folks along that line. And I want to say also, Dave, that during our turkey show here a couple of weeks ago with last week I had Billy Yargis on, a world champion caller and everything, and he has actually sent me a mouth call that he wants me to practice on. So if you receive anything from me saying Larry Ray has passed away choking on his mouth call, just know that that's where it came from. So he says I can't choke on this call. So anybody got any tips on that? Let me know, because I can't do it. But I'm trying. So, Billy, I know
maybe you don't have it trimmed down enough.
Well, Billy says this one is done. It's their new jackhammer mouth call, and the name itself is kind of scary. But I've tried it, and I'm going to see. But it's one of my hard things to do. But anyway, all right, let's take a break, man. We're rolling.
Hold up.
What?
For for our fans of my other brother Daryl out there, I've got to throw a pun out there.
All right, okay.
And you should, it's one of the little known facts.
Okay.
Is what do you call a boomerang that won't come back?
What do you call a boomerang that won't come back?
A stick.
A stick. Shelby got that after I explained it to her. All right. We'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry.
Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM.
Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. I'm not sure how many times I've said that over the past 23 years. And it's going to take me a little while to get used to this next guest because he's in a new location. At first, I thought he was in Pine Box, and I thought that was a funeral place, But it's Pinewood, South Carolina. And when we mention that, we got to mention our good friend Mark Copley, Marketing Director. I love to say this, Marketing Director of South Carolina Waterfowl Association, Mark Copley. Good Saturday morning, Mark.
Good Saturday morning to everybody. But thank you for having me on, Larry.
Well, I know I posted it, and I don't know where that picture came from, but it looked like from the post office. But I didn't have any picture of you except with the Strike King or some other company name on your shirt. So I just posted a nice picture of you smiling. So
I think that was from my parole officer.
It was. Well, you folks out there know Mark from 901 here, right here. Spent so much time with Strike King, University of Memphis, and took a position over in South Carolina when Strike King was purchased by a big company, and then recently learned that he was going to have to look for a different job, and I know Mark is like me, a man of faith, and God is just, wow, in a short period of time. So you got your notice from the other place when? When was your last day?
End of January 26th.
January 26th, and then this past April 1st, it wasn't a Fool's Day, Dave Gabbard. On April 1st, he went to work as the director of South Carolina Waterfowl Association. So kind of explain this transition to all your fans here, Mark, in Memphis about this.
Absolutely. And are you talking about all two of them?
Well, I'm talking about how after you got...
You and Ron, well, Dave now.
Oh, no, you got more of that. Well, two of them passed away. That's right. Let's see. You're down to 5 now. But anyway, talk about how this position became open, and you were able to stay in that area for Julie and all the 3 boys and everything. Talk about the transition to this position.
Absolutely. Was with Rather Outdoors for 17 years, and it was just a financial decision. They had eliminated the position that I was doing, and so started looking and found the position on LinkedIn. LinkedIn has become the choice of finding a position, and actually the day I was informed, I had an interview that afternoon with them, and ended up having 4 interviews, and it just, God is so good. Yes. Nothing happens or takes him by surprise, and he had this in place, and this is where he wanted me to be, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I know the name of our organization is called Waterfowl Association, but we are about youth and conservation and all forms of wildlife.
Yes.
One of the reasons they liked me was my contacts and history in the fishing industry, and we'll be at ICAST. We will be all over the place, and Larry, I grew up a duck hunter.
I know it. Yeah.
That was one of my early passions, and my father never took me, but because he wasn't a hunter, but he
was a brim fisherman. That's what it said.
He was a brim fisherman.
Yeah,
that's right.
My kind of man. And
learned over on Horseshoe Lake, or not Horseshoe, at
Bear Creek
over in Arkansas,
Mariana.
And that's right.
In that area, and you guys in your position now, they're putting you right to work. I mean, you got a big organization coming into Pinewood very quickly here with some
Absolutely.
of the biggest names in outdoor industry coming in. That's Poma. So tell our listeners.
Poma's coming in.
Yeah.
And very excited about having them here. What you will find after they've been here, and I'm sure a lot of the content creators and the media that will be here, you'll get a look at the facilities that we have down here, which the first time I came down here, I was absolutely blown away. The facilities that we have to be able to teach youth and all the way from our summer camps with Camp Woody, which is
Camp Woody.
Long Overday.
Yeah.
Larry, you would love it down here. We've got, we're right on the banks of Lake Marion, part of Santee Cooper Lake.
Yes, yeah.
But we've got some beautiful ponds of our own and some big bass in them, and lots of ducks. The prominent duck down here is what we call a jack, but the old ringneck.
Oh yeah, you know that, Dave Gabbard. You know that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and of course, so many people have said that area. How big is Pinewood? I mean, you got a stoplight.
I can hit a sand wedge out of it.
Okay. So it's it's near where? Now give us a.
I don't think. I'm not sure that there's actually. Well, I take that back. Pinewood is actually. Well, you know how it is out in the country with addresses.
Is it?
Pinewood is decent.
Okay.
There's a Dollar General.
There is a Dollar General.
Pointed that out to me.
For now. I mean, you never know. Might not be there tomorrow,
right.
but so it's a small location, but you're in an area. How far are you from the Low Country? I mean, some of that stuff. I mean.
Well, I think we are technically considered the Low Country.
I think you are
part
too.
Of our property.
Yeah.
Is where Francis Marion, the old swamp fox, who was
really
one of the leaders
history,
of the
man.
Revolutionary
War. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I thought I remembered Pinewood, but again, we're talking to our good friend Mark Copley, right here from the 901. He will not forget those roots. He said he never would, and I know when I posted it on Facebook, Mark getting this job just blew up on Facebook. So many kind things. I'm not a single one said how much money you owed them. They were just congratulating you here, Mark, and to be able to do this and stay in the area for so long. But your roots are still here, right? I mean,
oh, absolutely. My brother still lives there, and my wife's parents still live there. So
yes, yeah.
We're in town every so often. But yeah, I will always be a Memphian, born, raised.
Are you going to be? Are you going to be
most of my life there?
Are you going to be able to stay on the Hall of Fame committee, Bass Fishing Hall? You're on that committee.
Yes, sir.
You?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact,
we got 4 new members coming in, buddy. I mean,
that's right, and some good ones.
Yeah. I'm going to try to put one of those on the air here real soon. But Mark has been a part of that committee, which is a pretty stout thing. Mark Zona's going in. Let me just say that. Okay, I know Mark Zona's going in. I can't remember the other ones, but there's
Mark Zona, Fred Arbogast.
Yes. Yeah.
He's going in. Skeet Reese.
Skeet Reese. That's another one. Yeah, and being on that committee.
I cannot think of his last name is Williams.
Yeah, Willie Williams. I don't know. So we'll figure that out one lately.
We'll figure that one out.
Yeah, but we want to congratulate you and wish you success. There's no luck involved in any of this stuff. I know that you'll be able to do a lot of things you've always liked to do, and still have time to chase a smallmouth and all those different kind of things, and still have your roots here. And I did not know youngest boy's going to Charleston Southern. That's a great school, so he'll be right there in that area and everything like that. But thank you, Mark, for being the friend, and we'll stay in touch now. When you get your new number, let us know, okay? Don't hide from us, all right?
I would never hide from it, absolutely. And Larry, let me say, you had mentioned all the people that responded, and I am humbled by the responses. It's the good Lord has taken very good care of me, and I always try to give Him the credit. So,
well, you got a lot of friends out there.
Possible without Him.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how they're going to get all that title on your shirt, but let me know, okay? So.
Hey, It's shorter than what it used to be at Strike King.
Well, that is true.
Six of them there.
That is true, but they're going to put a plaque up in the dungeon out at Strike King for you now. I know that for a fact.
That's right.
All right, buddy. Thank you, Mark. Have a great day. Talk to you, buddy. All right.
Thank you, guys. Y'all too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Mark Copley. And, Dave, uprooting is sometimes hard to do.
It is.
I mean, you lived here for a long time, went to high school here and everything, but you're on family. I mean, you're in what, if I'm not mistaken, your roots are. And, and I've, way long time ago, back in 1967, I uprooted from Arkansas and came here, and I'm still here, but I still can remember that first week or so living in Memphis and wondering, what in the world am I doing here? But and then we started this radio show. Everybody said, well, that'll last about a week. And we've been able to do it over these many, many years, thanks to the different. Boy, I tell you, Shelby, we've been through so many broadcasts. We were country, we were rock. I don't know what we've been, and now we're the Bet. So it's just been so many. But Dave and Gene, Gene's been with me since the start, and Mark Copley's one of those guys that has been part of this show for so many years, and you make friends on this show. You know that, Dave? I mean, people recognize your voice. I don't have to introduce you. I mean, you just start talking West Side. I mean, you're talking Fraser. I can understand you. and I still talk Arkansas. Now Shelby, she still talks Cordova or University of Memphis, or when she wants to talk, she's not playing her trumpet. We got to get that back out again. We haven't done that in a while. Let's think about that. All right? You be all right on that? She's shaking her head here. I heard. I didn't hear her shake her head. She just shook her head. Okay? All right, we're going to close it out. The eclipse is coming up, Shelby. We're going to talk about the eclipse coming up Monday. It is the rage of everybody. I don't know where Dave will be on Monday at the eclipse time, but we'll find out.
I'm going to be up in Kentucky.
Oh, okay. Well, get your glasses on. Get ready. We'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM.
Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, what we call the fastest 90 minutes in outdoor radio program. It has breezed by, Dave Gabbard. I know we didn't have the pun master in the studio, Gene Smith. Yeah. You did throw in.
I tried to.
You tried. You threw in one, but we need him. We need him. Nothing against you, but folks, it's going to be crazy this weekend in Arkansas. Okay, I know that's God's country, and I'm supposed to leave right after this show and head to my brother-in-law's house in Conway, and we're going to be there for the eclipse on Monday, the total solar eclipse. But then again, we may not be. We don't know. 1.5 million people, I've heard estimates of coming to Arkansas for this event, which will not happen again until I think 2044, 2045, something like that. So we're going to spend this last segment on today's show talking about the eclipse, and who better than Randy Zellers, because 6 of the 9 Arkansas Game and Fish Commission nature centers will be in the path of a total solar eclipse. And so will Randy's backyard if you want to come out and stay with Randy for a while. But
we'll see how that works out. But I'm very fortunate on that.
Let's talk about this, Randy, and Dave listens in, and we're having trouble. My cousin has had trouble getting out of San Francisco. I don't know if he's here yet or not. He made reservations months ago for his wife, his grandson, and his daughter to come into Arkansas for this event. This thing is crazy. So talk about 2 minutes and 42 seconds of totality at the site there in the Fredberry Crooked Creek Nature Center near Yellville.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about this, Randy. Y'all talked about it around the office and everything. And Randy, of course, is the Assistant Chief of Communications for our good friends at the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. He formerly lived in Bartlett here. He's got connections. So talk about listen to it, Dave. What's the talk at the Game and Fish Commission for this weekend?
Well, I mean, it's and we're kind of buckling down a little bit. It's kind of wild when you think about it. Everybody's been talking for the last 4 or 5 months now about what you say, 2 minutes.
Yes.
I mean, that's what we're talking about here. Now, granted, the eclipse itself, what you're going to see, it lasts, you're actually dealing with a few hours.
Yes, right.
Being able to see everything progress. But that totality, that 2 minutes, man, that's a huge deal. We have the University of Central Arkansas is right there in the path of totality. They have booked out their football stadium is completely sold out.
Are you serious? That's where I'm staying. I'm staying in Conway. Okay.
Yep.
So
they sold tickets for it and they're sold out.
And
I mean it's big news over here, and every bed and breakfast has been booked. I mean everybody's all excited, and like you said, they're expecting 1.5 million people to come into the state for this. So I mean, all of our nature centers. Normally on Mondays, our nature centers they stay open on the weekends, and then on Mondays they close to give their folks a break. But, but they're going to be open, and we have 6 of them. And the one that one in Yellville, that's the Fredberry Crooked Creek Nature Center. It's a beautiful facility. I mean, it's almost 15 miles east of the western edge of that totality. So they're sitting pretty good.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
And they've got a bunch of events, and all of our nature centers that are in that path, they're going to have some special events. We'll have solar eclipse viewing glasses for folks. We'll make sure everybody's safe about about looking at them, and then they'll have a lot of activities for the kids, just things to do while you're there, because again, the big show is only about 2 minutes, but man, we got people traveling across the country for that. We want to make sure that they enjoy more than 2 minutes while they're here.
And Randy, I got to ask you, and Dave, I want you to listen in on this, because there's been so many things that what's going to happen to the wildlife for those 2 minutes and 42 seconds? I'm hearing so many stories.
Survive.
Huh?
Oh, Lord, they will survive. I mean, eclipses have happened before. They're going to happen again.
Okay.
We will have deer and we will have fish after the eclipse is over. I promise you.
Okay.
Now, you may see some weird things happen. One of the things that more than likely will happen, this is turkey time in Arkansas. As a matter of fact, our youth hunt is, our youth hunt's it's the 6th and the 7th.
Yes.
And then we have a break for a week, and then the actual regular season will crank up the Monday after that.
Yes. Yeah.
So when people are out there, we may have some folks out there scouting for turkeys. You may end up being able to put turkeys to bed at night, at noon that day. Who knows? And then see a second fly down. Who knows? So, but it won't. The hunting season won't actually be open on that eclipse day. But maybe you'll get double the scouting time.
If you're scouting out there, and the way I've looked at the maps, I'm mapped out here, Galbert. I mean, I've been watching maps and weather reports and all this different kind of things. So even if it's cloudy, and I don't have a clue, all these we got channels that you do too. I always watched Channel 4 and Channel 7 when I was growing up, or Channel 11 in Little Rock when I was growing up over there. And I know they got 10-day forecasts now that I get leery of.
Yeah.
And so now we got a 3-day forecast, and it keeps changing. It'll still get dark, folks. Okay, it's going to get dark.
No, the sun's still going to get blocked out above those clouds one way or the other. Yeah.
And so your folks there, will your field officers be out and about?
Oh, absolutely, and that's one thing that it's a good thing that you have me on is we have a lot of public areas that a lot of people are wondering are our WMAs going to be open? Yes, they're going to be open.
Okay.
Just like normal, but a lot of people, especially coming from out of state or something like that, they may go to one of our wildlife management areas and think that it has all kinds of facilities. These are hunting areas, so we don't have bathrooms, and things like that out there. So if anybody's going to go out on public land on our WMAs like that, they're welcome to do it. But they just need to be aware these are rustic accommodations at best. These are hunting areas. So
you won't be selling glasses then. I mean,
no, not at those. You go to a nature center, and we have a lot of facilities. We have things to help you out. But when you go to some of the other public areas, some of our WMAs, which honestly are some fantastic places to go for this.
Yeah.
You just need to be aware to, one, bring your stuff out with you. There won't be any places to, if you need chairs, you can bring them.
Well,
and then pack the things out that you bring in, because we will have officers. Our officers are going to be out. A lot of them are actually going to be out working people that are trying to get an early jump on those turkeys. And so we will have a lot of wildlife officers out in the woods, like normal. And,
yes.
And so, and just be aware that, if you're packing something, if you go out to one of those areas, be sure to clean up after yourself. We don't want to leave a mess for the folks coming after you.
And
so that's probably the biggest thing.
And the traffic. Now, I've heard stories of traffic coming through. I got to get to Conway. I'm not sure I can get to Conway.
You show up early.
Early is early. I mean, I'm not sure I can get to Little Rock. And Dave, I remember, Dave, you I think it was 2017. Shelby, didn't we have some kind of eclipse in 2017? Wasn't there something like that? Because I went over to the University of Memphis with my glasses and watched it. No big deal.
Yeah,
but this one,
that was a partial though.
That was a partial. This is the deal. And I've got people say, "Well, I don't give anything about this. What's the big deal about this?" Well,
yeah, it's one of those things that, again, the next one, I think it's scheduled. It'll be another
44 or 45. 44, 45.
45 is the next one that'll be coming through, and fortunately, it'll be going through Arkansas again on that one.
Well, I'll call you that morning. Let's see, I will be 123 years old. Let's see.
Wow.
So I'll be checking with you, Randy, see what you're going on over there while you're still working for the Game and Fish.
I hope you're checking in with me, but unfortunately, that may be from the other side of that eclipse. I don't know.
I think it will be. Again, we're talking to Randy Zellers, Arkansas Game and Fish Assistant Chief of Communications, about the total solar eclipse coming up on Monday, where 6 of the 9 Arkansas Game and Fish Convention Nation centers will be in the path of the total solar eclipse. And we're talking about from Texarkana, a little west of Blytheville, and another from Fort Smith to Bull Shoals. I got friends that's going to be at Norfolk and things along that.
Greer's Ferry Lake is going to be a really
good
you
can't get in Lindsay's. I mean, you can't get in any of those places in Little Red. Everybody wants to be on the water catching fish at 159 or whenever it is, And see.
What about your big range facility up there in North Little Rock?
Well, up here, the Camp Robinson SUA, it will be the shooting range. It's closed on Mondays.
Okay.
So the shooting range will be closed. But the rest of the area, the camping area that's out there, we're expecting a big crowd going out to that camping area.
Amazing.
Because it's sitting right there just north of Little Rock there. So up in Mayflower. Yep.
Well, how long have you been with the Game and Fish Commission, Randy? I can't remember. You told me.
20 years now.
20 years.
I'm celebrating 20 years now.
So does this match anything for us, just a weekend, a one-day event like this that Arkansas?
The amount of folks coming in, this is probably as big as I've seen, people getting geared up for. It really is. I mean, it's almost like trying to go find toilet paper during COVID right now. I mean, it's going to be hard finding you some orange juice in the morning when it comes time.
Well, you've really offered me a lot of. I feel so much better now after talking to you. I'm scared to death now. I don't know. I think anyway. Randy, thank you.
Here's the good thing.
What?
Even if you get stuck in traffic on the way here, you're probably going to be in the path of totality by then. You can just look out your window.
No, they won't let you do that. No, they said no pulling over like that. And don't.
No, not on the highway. But you can pull over on a rest stop. You can pull over to gas.
No, every rest stop will be taken up. I've already checked ahead of that, and all the bathrooms will be locked up. I know that.
Oh man.
Thank you, Randy.
All right.
Let's wish us luck, buddy. Okay, thank you, Randy Zellers. All right, Dave. What do you think about that before we close out this?
I'm glad it, better thee than me, as they say up in Pennsylvania.
I don't know. I got to get back and play golf Tuesday. We'll find out. Dave, thank you, buddy, for being with us.
I always enjoy it.
Always enjoyed it. Tell Rand hello for us and everything.
I think it'd be a little warmer by Tuesday.
It better be warmer, or we're all going to overheat. I know that for a fact. Let me tell you about next week's show. I ain't got nothing to tell you about next week's show because we're going to have a show for champions, supposedly. Ron Wong's putting it together, folks. That's all I'm going to tell you. We're going to have to even get some classic champion, Red Crest champion. We're going to talk some champions on next week's show. And with that, Shelby, thank you for taking care of me. You over there, Shelby? She's over there. All right, Shelby, thank you. Dave, thank you. And what do we do with all the time? I say it doesn't cost an extra cent to be a good sport. And what else, Dave? God bless the USA.